Hello, come and sew some poop with me today. That's what I said, we're sewing poop. Lots and lots of poop. So I am making puppets for a show called Where is the Green Sheep? It is based on this delightful book by Mem Fox and Judy Horacek. It's a beloved children's book, and you can see all the lovely sheepies that are in the show. And I made so many sheep. I have actually lost count of how many sheep I've made for this show. I think it's 16, and then I'm adding 2 more. And so the one that I am working on at the moment is Blue Sheep. Blue Sheep is a poopin' sheep. It's a poopin' sheep. It poops in the show. So you can see I've made a whole bunch of poop. I've actually made more than this, but they've already picked up a load of poop. Because, you know, even if it has to poop just 5 poops, you always have to make extra. It's a good rule of thumb whenever there's something that has to be repeated over and over, especially if it's small, you gotta make extra. So lots and lots of poop. But how, do you ask, does the sheep actually poop? So let me show you. And this is the second sheep that I've made. The original sheep that's in the show is a lot bigger than this one, but this is going to be for the workshop. It's going to be the best workshop ever if the kids learn how the poop mechanism works. So I thought I would document this so you know as well. So I created the body of the puppet using this poly pipe garden tubing, and I'll find a picture of it and I'll put it in the description as well of where I got it from. Pretty much all of this stuff I got from the hardware store. And you can see I connected it together with cable ties to make this structure, and this is going to be the body. Only Blue Sheep in the show has a body like this because it has to be hollow so that the poop tube, that is the very scientific name I've given to this, can be placed inside the body. And in the original Blue Sheep, the poop tube was an upcycled parcel tube, like from the post office. The poop tube that I've used this time is a poster tube. One end is closed, one end is open, and I have painted this end black so that it masks that brown color. This is such a weird video. Then mask the brown color for the hole that the poop's going to come out of. Just trust the process and stay with me here. Now, another thing that I had to problem solve is I needed a way for the poop at rest position to not fall out of the sheep. So you can see here in rest position, the end of this tube has to be down like this so that all the poops are just resting down this end. And then I will pull on a string, and then that will raise this tube and the poop will come out. Let me demonstrate. I'm just going to do it with 2 poops. So here we go. Loading the poop tube here. That is not a sentence I thought I would say today. Here we go. So I've inserted 2 poops, and here it is at rest position. Once I attach a string and move it up like that, it'll poop, and I will pick that up later. You can see here that I needed a platform for the tube to rest on. So I have attached 4 cable ties here and then just taped the ends together to make almost like a little fin. And that is a little nice platform for this poop tube to rest on so that it's not going to fall out. So my job is to drill a few holes so that I can insert a cord, and then I'll be able to lift it up and down. I'll have to create a channel for the cord to go through. So there's a few things to problem solve there. Another thing I need to do is make the legs. So the legs are also made out of the same poly pipe, except this poly pipe comes straight and it comes in 1 meter lengths, with a matching foam insulation, all from the hardware store. Note to my future self, KF 13mm by 13mm. So I'm going to cut these probably into about 40cm lengths. And so you can see there's the leg. I'm going to cut it, make a little hoof. So I'll cut little incisions to make the hoof. This is the bone that goes inside the leg so that it's not too floppy, and that will be cut, and then the whole thing will be covered in fabric. This is a beautiful fabric that I got from Homecraft Textiles. They're a Perth-based company in Western Australia. I'm going to use this for the face of the puppet as well as the legs and some of the body. After I've covered the body with the fabric, on goes the wigs. These are wigs that I bought online, and the wigs usually come all bunched together with elastic so that you can put it on your head. They've been snipped open, almost like a Portuguese chicken. You know, it's been flattened, and then some binding tape has been attached along the outside. Big shout out, thank you to my dear puppet sister Katherine Hannaford, who helps me on so many builds, and she helped to baste all of these bias tapes and snip them and everything. She's amazing. So these are ready to go, and they're going to be sewn on top. There's a lot of work to do, so wish me luck. Okay, I think we've done it. I think we have achieved a pooping mechanism. So let me try it out. I'm going to load the poop. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, here we go. Yay! It poops. Let's do it again. This is fun. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Oh, now there's poop everywhere. I'm gonna have to pick that up. Okay, so let me talk this through. The postal tube was attached inside this body frame. I drilled 2 holes on either side of this end of the postal tube and then tied it so that it could go up and down like that. I created a channel for this cord to go through. I took some clear plastic tubing from this upcycled water bottle. It has this really nice flexible tubing. So I cut a little bit of that, attached it with a cable tie or a zip tie. Nice thing about that is it squeezed the tube when I used the cable tie, so it really held it in place, and then I taped over that. I tied off a loop, and because this is for a workshop, the loop in the show is much smaller so you can't see it, but for this one, because there are going to be children working the poop tube, I just made the loop a little bit bigger just to make it easier for them to hold it. And then I had to anchor this tube, so I drilled a hole and then I thread it through the end like this So hopefully that makes sense. One problem I had is that when I pulled on the tube, it wasn't really going down afterwards. So the last thing I did is I took some fishing sinkers, the bean kind, they look like that, and I taped 2 of them to the bottom of this tube just to weight it. So I taped it down with some of this PVC tape, like electrical tape. I even glued it into place using Helmer 450 quick dry adhesive. This is a really great glue that I use kind of in place of hot glue if I don't have hot glue on hand, or if I'm doing a job where I want to bring a glue with me and I don't always have an outlet to plug in my hot glue. This one is really great to use. Helmer also produces fabric glue, which is really handy. So load the poop. I'm just going to do it again because it's so much fun. Load the poop and here we go. Poop away. Whee! Yay! All right. Hooray! So the next step is to cover this whole body, add some legs, add a head, and on the head add the eyes and the ears. I've done it all before. I just have to do it again. So wish me luck.